Well, today is Monday. It's the 30th of January. I have to check with the boss. 30th of January 2023, and we're up in the village or town, I suppose, of Calvia, and we're standing in front of the Ayuntamiento. That's the town hall. Calvia being the town hall, the county town for the area, which includes Palmanova, Magaluf, Santa Ponsa, Paguera. Used to be a very wealthy, probably still is a very wealthy municipality, and raise lots of money from the tourists that come here, from the hotels, and also from the sale of properties. But we're here because, not because we want to go to the Ayuntamiento, but because we have a market day here, and we want to see what's on sale, what's on offer. So let's go. Now, before we actually get to the market area, just sort of point out this tap, because years ago we used to come here and used to bring lots of empty bottles, and we used to fill up water. This is drinking water for use of the people of the area, and we used to fill it up and take it home. That's what we used to use for our drinking water. So the market in Calvia is not one we actually visit very often. In fact, I can't actually remember the last time we came here. But here's the fruit and veg stall. Lots of lovely fruit and veg. Anita might have lots of lovely strawberries there. Anita does like her strawberries. So we might call here on the way back just to get something. And at the bottom end of the market, that's all there is. So we'll carry on walking up and see if there's anything at the top end. We've parked on a road. We tried to park in the Ayuntamiento car park, but fortunately it was full. There's another car park down there, but I'm not sure how you would get to it with the road being closed off because of the market. And this part of Calvia has now been pedestrianised, where in years gone by we always used to drive through here. And as part of our sponsored walk that we used to do with the school, Calvia was one of the stop-off points just in front of the church. So we'll try and walk up to there after we look at this little bit of the market here. Here's Maison Cantorat. It's one of the restaurants that we have an intention of going to. I think the last time we came to Cantorat, it wasn't actually here, it was by the side of the church. Oh, it is very quiet. It's a Monday, so for us, it was always going to be a difficult day for us to come to a market on a Monday. Here's Rosita's, very famous bar in Calvia, and he's talking about getting one of the spit roast chickens. They're really tasty.
Hi there. Yeah, fine, thank you. So you're enjoying your retirement? We are now.
So Bar Rosita, very much a place where people meet up in Calvia. Just come round. There's a little bit of a plaza here. And we've got some nice bread. We said we needed some nice bread for later on. And they've got some nice empanadas. We've got some parsnip soup for later, so some nice bread to go with that. That would be good. I always like the empanadas, so we'll have a look, carry on looking round. There's not much more to see. A few more clothes. Another bar here called Es Trinchet, which is one we used to come to years ago with our friend Joan, who was in the home for the elderly here, the old people's home, and we used to pick her up and bring her down, and we'd have a beer, coffee. The chicken do smell lovely, these spit roast chickens, so get one of those to take home. Cheese and hams and the sobratada and the churritos. I use the churritos when I'm making stews, and they're delicious. And some more fruit and vegetables. All looking very nice. Mix. And then here's the olive stall with all sorts of different olives and combination of olives and pickly type things. You might have seen in some of the videos I'm wearing a flat cap. I think it's because I'm retired. I've been reminded by Serena that I've left my scarf in England, so maybe I do need another scarf. I think we bought that at a market in Andratch, I think. Some curious items here. Somebody just opened the garage up and put some tables out. And why not? Some ski boots there. 20 euros, 30 euros. And some chairs, 25 euros each. Well, I think my skiing days are over. I don't need to look at those.
Yes. No gloves.
Pardon?
No gloves, doesn't it? Some gloves.
No gloves. Anita's going to have a go at knitting some gloves. We look forward to seeing that. She's been looking it up on the internet this morning to see how to knit gloves and says it looks a little bit complicated. So, nice little challenge for her anyway. So I think, look forward to seeing her progress on knitting some gloves. And that all came about because we had Indian prayer over the weekend, and Anita taught Indy how to knit. 6 years old, and she seemed to get the hang of it really quite quickly, so she was knitting away, and we'll see how she goes on with that.
So we're going to have a coffee and then come and get a chicken.
What time have we got? Oh, just after 11:30, so that sounds like a good idea. So actually that road down there, there's a car park down there, and the old people's home down there. We used to actually go to that bar as well, that one, first one down there on the right hand side.
It's Rosita Show.
Yeah.
Very much here, is there?
No, not much at the market today. We'll try and come again a bit later in the year, see if it gets a little bit busier. Maybe as the weather improves and people are more willing to come out and do the shopping. Well, here we are at Bar Rositas, and we just stopped off for a coffee, and then we'll buy a couple of things at the market for later on. So cheers everyone, and we'll see you in a bit. Nice warm coffee. Nice coffee at the Bar Rositas, and we're just going to, well, we're going to have a look around the church first, and then we'll come back down and we're going to buy some things. I just wanted to go up the steps. Shall we go? And then we're getting a chicken. Anita fancies a chicken. Some crusty bread. That sounds good. So the ex-BIS students, if there's any still watching my videos, perhaps will remember this area, because this is one of the places that used to stop. 1952, Anita says. This is one of the stops where we used to have some oranges and water for you when we were doing the sponsored walk.
This is where the shorter one started.
It's also, yes, sorry, yeah, it's where the short 10-kilometre walk actually started.
Walter and Vera used to meet us here.
Walter Foster, Vera Foster, and I think Colette was always on this one. And then here's the church, which is quite a magnificent building, with two clocks both showing different times. The one on the left is actually right, the one on the right is actually wrong. I'm not going to say left. But it's really a beautiful church, and very nice on the inside. But I've come over just to have a look at the plaque here on the bench, which is in memory of a great friend of mine. I hope the lighting allows you to see that. David Hammond, and he was a fellow Mason and sadly passed away in 2014. Goodness, how time flies. So good to sit on your bench, David. I think of you often. So we're going to go down now back into the market area. And we'll get our chicken, bread, whatever else takes Anita's fancy.
Not much.
Not much. If we can get through down here. There we are.
Muy bien.
Perfectly.
Steve, here's one of your biggest fans, Jean Stevenson, Edinburgh.
That was Jean, and she's been watching the videos right from COVID times. So do we need to go up here, or are we going back down for the chicken? We're going back down for the chicken.
Any olives?
I like olives, but we've got lots of olives in at the moment, and Anita's not really a great fan, so it's only me that eats them, really, unless Adam's over and then he devours them. They're all gone. We've already got quite a busy itinerary for this week, so I think Anita's got it all planned out. Not at the moment. Yes, we've got one with chilli in at the moment. We haven't had that one yet, have we? That one looks quite good. These are very popular in Mallorca. Most markets will have them, and you get yourself a nice roast chicken. €9.50 for the whole one or €5 for half a chicken. Oh well, that was a little bit disappointing. All of the chicken on there have been reserved, so we didn't get one. We have to go to plan B. Our plan B was to get some bread, and well, there's still plenty of bread on there, and there's some nice empanadas, so maybe we'll...
Bye.
So a nice empanada, perhaps, yeah.
It's very soft.
Oh, go on.
It's warm it up.
It's got some nice...
Hola.
Hola.
¿Tienes empanada de pollo?
No, se ha terminado.
¿De
Sí.
qué?
Tenemos de cerdo, cerdo con guisantes, cordero con guisantes y sepia.
Fancy. Cordero.
Y tenemos con vegetal, solo vegetal.
Sí.
De cerdo para mí.
Y estas con atún y vegetal.
Just the cerdo con guisantes.
Dos de cerdo.
With peas. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
This one. Yes, the fancy one.
Y este sí.
And this has chosen a nice...
Uno y dos.
Muy bien.
No hay mucha gente hoy.
Oh, we got some nice bread there. That'll be really nice this evening to have with our soup, parsnip soup we've got. Speciality of Monroe.
Delicious.
And the last one was really very, very tasty. So we're looking forward to that. And we've got a couple of nice pies to have with our lunch. So shame about the chicken. That would have been nice, but
Another day.
another day. So just speaking to the stall holder, and he agreed. It was very quiet here, and he says it's winter and that's sort of normal here in Mallorca, for particularly for this Calvia market. So he said starting maybe in February it should start to pick up a little bit. Well, I guess it's February next week. This week actually, isn't it? February.
Yes.
So once February's out of the way, things will start to improve a little bit for the market holders. And so we'll come back probably March, April time and have a look. But we've got lots of other markets that we want to go to in different parts of the island. This is a relatively local market. It's one that you can come to if you're on holiday in Palmanova. It's one of the closest markets. I think there's this one, and El Toro is not El Toro. Sonferrer market is quite close to Palmanova and Magaluf and Santa Ponsa. There is actually a market in Santa Ponsa, again a very small market, and we do go there from time to time. So Anita now has to decide what we need from the fruit and veg store. It all looks really nicely presented.
Pink lady apples.
Pomegranate. Anita does like her pomegranates with her salads.
With breakfast.
And for breakfast. Oh, there you go. Lots of lovely apples too. So that's us done in the market. Just before we leave though, we're just walking down the rest of the road here. Just want to show you an interesting building on the left hand side. It's actually a theatre. And this is sort of the side entrance that you would use for... Oh my goodness! Well, that's another surprise there. See Paul, not seen him for quite a few years. I used to work with him, or he used to help me out with advertising when I had the business many years ago. So this is the theatre where the Bay entertainers used to have lots of their
memories here.
shows. So Anita's got many memories, and sitting in that bar, I've got memories of sitting in that bar and having a drink. But it's actually quite a nice theatre inside there, and many a pantomime and show gone on in there in the past.
Memories.
So that's our video for Calvia done for today. Little market, not very much, but
And we did manage to buy a few
and,
things.
yes, Anita's always manages to buy a few things. So there's lunch sorted, and we're going to go off and enjoy it. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.
Bye.